In Ibadan, where I grew up, we call this particular snack swara. Then I heard it's called Beske in Ilorin, and I know some other localities call this awara. Whatever name it is called, trust me, it's still the same nutritious, delicious local snacks that we all grew up enjoying. And today's video, I'm going to teach you how to make this at home. So, if you're interested, do watch this video to the end. Now, before you get confused, there are two types of wara. There is wara that is made from cow milk. That one is cheese. And then we also have wara or awara that is made from soya beans. And that is what we are going to be making today. So I don't want you guys to be confused because the two names are quite similar, but just two different ingredients. Today's one, we are making beske or wara soya. So to make this, earlier in the morning, I soaked few cups of soya beans. Then few hours later, about 8 to 12 hours, I left this to actually soak so that the soya beans will become soft and it will be easy to blend. So if you don't soak your soya beans in the morning, you can actually soak it at night and then you proceed the following day. You just need to soak it. Very, very important. So this is night time and I had to proceed to blend my soya beans. I used my blender to blend it till it was very, very smooth. If you don't have a blender, you can actually take this to a local mill and you have to tell them to blend it very well for you. Since the soya beans is soft already, it might not be so difficult to actually blend till smooth. So I've gone ahead to blend my soya beans in batches and then we are going to proceed into the next step. The next thing we are going to do is to sieve this the way we would sieve our pap or our akamu. But one thing about soya beans is that it actually foams, which makes it very difficult to actually sieve or get through a cheesecloth, which is why I added a little quantity of palm oil just to reduce the foam on top, okay, so that it can be easy for me to actually sieve this and then go ahead with other preparations. So after mixing this, I realized that this pot I'm using is the pot I'm actually going to use to cook the soya. So I decided to just pour it into another bowl. And then it seems like the oil I added into this mixture was so much. So you might actually want to just reduce your portion. So into the said pot, I went in with my water and then I have my cheesecloth here. So all I'm going to do right now is to sieve this one at a time until I am done with all the quantity. And you guys can see my little baby, my baby CEO, she's trying to help me. So we are doing this together as a one big happy family. So let's just continue until we are done sieving this. So while we are proceeding with this, if you are coming across this channel for the very first time, I want to implore you to please subscribe, like this video, drop comments, and also turn on your post notification so that when I drop some homemade recipes like this, you'll be the first to know. Because on this channel, aside from motherhood, aside from recipes, I would also teach you how to make some yummy snacks like this, how to also include these snacks and make extra money from them, selling to your friends and your families. And there are some nostalgic snacks that we don't even see outside. I will teach you how to make them. So this channel is a channel to always follow and always come back to. So I know you are going to click that subscribe button now. So I'm telling you, thank you. Thank you. And if you've not clicked that subscribe button, please do, okay? And to my returning subscribers, you guys are the realest MVPs. Thank you for always tuning back to this channel. Your support means a lot. Your views means a lot. And I really, really, really appreciate you. So now we are almost done saving. And then I'm going to tell you guys what we are going to do next. So don't touch that dial and let us keep moving. So we're actually on the last batch of this evening, and I want to tell you guys, there is no wastage when it comes to this recipe. There is no wastage. That shaft that came out from the soya, don't throw it away. It is very nutritious, either for you or for your baby. What you are going to do is that after getting your chaff, spread it in the sun. You can use your oven, you can use your dehydrator. Once you dry it, it's going to come out very dry. Then blend it till you get a smooth powder. You can use that to make healthy swallow for your babies. You can add it to your baby's meal as a soya milk, as a soya powder, which is high in protein. So please do not waste that gold. It is gold. So now let us continue to our recipe. So since I've gotten my milk ready, I added it into a pot and I put it on fire, but actually kept some aside. I wanted to use that one for soya milk. I'm going to be dropping the full recipe for soya milk, but I just kept that one aside. That's the one in the small pot, so that one is just for soya milk. So this one in the big pot is what we are going to be using for our awara. Now, once you've actually put this on fire and it has boiled, as you can see that it's already starting to foam, you are going to get your coagulant. I'm a pap person. I produce pap. That is my business. So I always have pap water all the time. In fact, all the time. So I just poured in some pap water into the mixture. If you don't have pap water, you can make use of lemon. You can make use of lime, and that is just it. So I added what I had, which was the pap water, and as you can see, it is starting to come together. It's starting to look like cheese. If you pour your pap water and then it's not coming together enough, it simply means that it needs more pap water. So if it needs more, just go ahead to just pour it into it until you start seeing that it is becoming cheesy. So once you've gotten that thing that you want, you're going to close it and let it sit for about 5 minutes so that it can come in together very, very well. And you guys can see the difference, how big the cheese has gotten. So that is exactly what we are going to be looking for, so that it can be easy to sieve out and get enough cheese. So now let's get our sieve ready and sieve this baby out. So I actually poured the cheese into a big strainer at first so that it can be easy for my cheesecloth to strain the juice. So I got out some of the whey, and then I'm going to add in some seasoning into the whey water. So that seasoning, I'm going to pour it into this cheese so that it can give me the taste that I want. So at this stage, you can add in anything you want to add to your wara. Maybe you want to add pepper, you want to add spices, anything. So as for me, I just love my things very, very simple. So like I said earlier on, I just added Maggi and salt into the whey water so that I can actually dissolve the Maggi and the salt, and it'll be easy for me to mix with the cheese. You guys can see that it has dissolved, right? So once it has dissolved very well, I'm just going to pour it into the cheese. I'm going to stir the cheese together, and then I'm now going to pour it into my cheesecloth. So my cheesecloth is here, and I'm just going to transfer the mixture into the cheesecloth. Now, before I even transferred it into the cheesecloth, I tasted the wara to see if it is sweet enough, if it is, tasty enough. So if it needed more salt or more seasoning, you can always add more seasoning to it. But you know that it still has some water in it. So if it actually gets thicker, the seasoning is going to come out. So you need to be very careful so that you don't over add seasoning to it and then it gets salty or too much Maggi or what have you. So after that, I have my cheese inside my cheesecloth, and then I left that overnight. So this is the following morning, and we are going to see how our cheese has become. And you guys, this is our wara, our awara. You can see how thick it has become. Even if I carry it, it was not going to break, and that's because I left it for a very long time to drain. So make sure you leave this in your fridge overnight. Okay, and now we are just going to cut it into our desired shape, and then we are just going to go ahead. Some people just boil this. You can make this into your soup. You can do anything you want with your awara. This is not the final stage, but it could be the final stage for some people. As for me, I don't like it boiled. I love it fried, deep fried, and very, very strong. That is how I like my awara. So we are just going to go ahead to just cut this into our desired shape. And my daughter loves this so very, very much. So that is just it. We'll just go ahead with the cutting, and then we're going to proceed to actually frying. So we're almost done cutting our awara, and you guys can see how many pieces that I got over, if I'm not exaggerating, 50 pieces. And this thing sells for 100 naira per one. In fact, for cuts that are not even as big as this. So imagine if you are selling this to people at 100 naira each, and I did not even use up to half Congo of soya beans, and I got this quantity. So you guys can see that this is good business. So I decided to actually fry some, and this is just it, because I'm on a calorie deficit. I'm trying to lose weight, and I don't want to fry too much, because you see these particular snacks, I can eat one Congo in one day. So I just decided to just fry it bit by bit, fry the one I can eat today, that we can eat today and snack on. And that is just it. So I took the remaining quantity, and then I just kept it in my freezer. And if I have time, I'm just going to air fry it, or oven roast, or whatever it is, and just avoid the oil aspect. And that is just it on our row. I hope you guys are going to give this a trial, and when you do, please come back to the comment section to give me your feedback, and I am going to be expecting you some other time. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, turn on your post notification, because this is not the only recipe I am going to be teaching you. So I hope to see you another time, and bye.